Hello, everyone. How are you doing? This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. Today, I'm going to just expose to you the factor that former President Donald Trump is asking for the defunding of the DOJ and FBI. That won't go far enough. Today, this video is about Charles Schumer to corner GOP on Trump call to defund DOJ and FBI. QA expert Daryl Guberman exposes Schumer for being a fraud. And I'm going to tell you this. I've been involved with quality in aerospace, medical implants, medical materials, printing, and plastic distribution, and I've opened up my business now going on 12 years as of August 2023, and I have never seen our political faction so bad, Democrats, Republicans, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a taste of this. Lockheed Martin is the biggest perpetrator of this fraud, and I have to tell you why. In 2009, we're bringing it in 2009, Lockheed Martin gets hacked by China and taking the F-35 fighter, much of its blueprints. In 2012, a division of United Technologies, a Sikorsky aircraft, gets hacked by China. All of these organizations, United Technologies and Lockheed, sit on the American National Standards Institute, whose mantra is half a nut, fuck you. You'll find the videos down below because their chairman at the time in 2019, when I exposed a laboratory impropriety, called me up on the phone and said half a nut, fuck you, because I exposed an impropriety in laboratory certification. It extends itself all the way to the WUHAN lab, because ANSI and ANAB, the American National Standards Institute, and the American National Crediting Board are underwriters for the International Accreditation Form in Delaware. You will find all the information. It may be a little bit confusing with all these acronyms, and they do that for a reason, my fellow citizens, to confuse you. You will find all the data down below, but let me continue on. So Sikorsky aircraft gets hacked. At that time, 2012, a division of United Technologies. Our wonderful Pentagon, who sits on ANSI's board, in 2012 and 13, during the Obama administration, signed a waiver so that communist China could build these specialized magnets for the F-35 fighter. Isn't that a tender moment in a very turbulent society? So they already had the blueprints that they stole from Lockheed, or maybe Lockheed gave it to them, because in 2015 to 2021, ANSI sat on the International Accreditation Form, which at that time was controlled by Communist China. Zhao Jinwu was handed over, and he's been involved with our quality since 1994. He was handed over the chairmanship of the International Accreditation Forum, incorporated in Delaware, in 2015 to 2021. He at the time was also the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services, which certified the laboratory in Wuhan, China. Yes, the laboratory that more than likely released the COVID virus. In fact, their vice president of accreditation for laboratory, Pamela Sale, said under deposition about 2017-18, she said that from one laboratory to another, doesn't matter whether it's phlebotomy, whether it's forensic or bio-level 4 lab, they have a problem. Inconsistencies, no protocol. So here he was. Also, ANSI and ANAB, again, are underwriters for the International Accreditation Forum incorporated in Delaware, and also the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. You'll find all the pertaining data down below. I know it's confusing, business owners and my fellow citizens. But let's go a little bit further. So our Pentagon signed a waiver so that these magnets can be built by China, yet we have men and women who own businesses that do magnets right over here in this country that are perfectly capable to do it. Why? Because somebody probably got their hand greased. Of course, because 7 years later, which we've read, and this data will be down below. If you're not, please call me, 203-556-1493, or Daryl, D-A-R-Y-L, TQRS at yahoo.com, and I will send you these articles pertaining to this mess, because 7 years later, in 2021-22, Congress went, why are we doing that? Yet they all approved it back in 2012 and 13. Now we get to the FBI. Why defund? You have a Mr. Christopher Wray. Every time he gets inquisition, in fact, the last one I think was November 15, 2022, where he said a detriment to our world, our national security, is TikTok. So they took out TikTok out of all our servicemen and women's phones, supposedly, and and they were listening to Christopher Wray. Christopher Wray said, China is a national security issue. Yet, between 2015 and 21, the FBI, being an ANSI member, was being watched over and controlled by communist China. The Department of Justice, this is a good one too, they too, between those years, were being watched over and controlled by communist China. On top of it, the American National Standards Institute is very much in bed with an American Bar Association. So you see how this is. Now, Charles Schumer, let's get right to the meat and potatoes of this schmuck. Oh, sorry, did I say that? Oh, please forgive me. No, don't forgive me. Yes, in the quality dictionary of defined terms of politicians, a schmuck, look it up, you'll find it. Just look up schmuck, and that's Charles Schumer. Because in 2021, on Lockheed's contributions, they've changed that name. Maybe it's because I've exposed them all the time. Disbursements. It's like disbursements is that when you get money in and you have a profit, you disperse it to shareholders. Well, our politicians, both Democrats and Republicans, all sit on, all given money by Lockheed. It used to be called disbursements. Now they call it contributions. Well, Charles Schumer got from Lockheed Martin $13,000. Hey, New York, they're getting our tax money. A majority of Lockheed's money comes from us, the citizens. Did Lockheed ask you that they could donate to Charles Schumer? Did they? Well, not only should the FBI be defunded, not only should the Department of Justice, but the FTC, the CDC, the NIH, USDA, FDA, FAA, those corporations that sit on ANSI are not doing the best for us, we the people. And remember, the last comment I am going to say to you, my fellow citizens, is this, and you better listen to it. The politicians, Democrats and Republicans, all sit on now Lockheed, what used to be disbursements, Lockheed's contributions. Okay, political contributions, they call it. When these political figures are elected by the people and for the people, once they take $1 from Lockheed Martin, they are no longer working for us, they are working for themselves. Charles Schumer is, all these politicians, Democrats and Republicans, and as Thomas Paine said concerning this mess, and that was like 300 years ago, it's still as viable today as it was then. It is impossible to comprehend the moral mischief, if I may so express it, that mental lying has produced in our society. When a man or woman has so far corrupted and prostituted the chastity of their mind as to subscribe their professional beliefs to things they do not believe, they have prepared themselves a commission for every other crime. Well, Donald Trump, this goes to you. It should go farther than the DOJ and FBI. It should go all the way up the chain. It is absolutely disgusting. Again, my telephone number is 203-556-1493 or Daryl, D-A-R-Y-L, TQRS at yahoo.com. The rest and the crux of the data on the DOJ, FBI, and others will be down below this video, along with Lockheed's political contributions list for 2021. Look up New York and see that Charles Schumer got 13 grand of your tax money to do sign-off appropriations for Lockheed. Unbelievable.